Dreamweaving. My name is Matthew, and today I have a shamanic stories style card reading for you today. And the reason that I like to call it stories is because I really have a belief that stories that we tell ourselves and are told to us form a very crucial part of what is creating our reality and what is creating our society. And I want to just quickly tell you a quote from Sadhguru that I heard recently. I think it's very relevant. He said, a human being, like an individual human being, is who he is only because of what he perceives. Now that's a that's a pretty deep, profound statement if you take a second to think about it. So this is why I think there's so much of there's this billion-dollar industry that's trying to, in the media and advertising, which tries to control our perceptions, because it forms such an important basis of where our power lies in creating our reality. So here we are trying to help empower you through creating, transmuting these storylines into a higher vision that's more empowered and sovereign and healthy for you. So I'm going to ask first this elemental oracle deck for you. I'm going to ask to get an overall theme for the story here, for this Capricorn energy today. Okay. Breath of life. Okay. There's a heart there in the, yeah. So, and there's the circulation and the, So yeah, this is the essence. The breath is, because right, like if you think, what is the difference between a living person and a dead body? They're not breathing anymore. The heart stops beating. As soon as the heart stops beating and the air stops breathing in and out, that's all that's keeping us alive. That is the essence of life, anyway. And that's, I think, what is the even back to the Greeks and their philosophy of it. The breath was connected to life. So that is what animates us. This is like the spirit here. And you can really improve your overall quality of life by practicing breath work, by consciously training your breath in certain ways. It increases your quality of life across many dimensions. So, hold on, I'm going to pull out a more detailed storyline for you here. Clinging to the past. You have already two cards here of clinging. There's a clinging energy. Yeah. And they're sandwiching in between this existence where this figure, there seems to be like in their most pure, innocent, and divine form, their most authentic and powerful and divine, magical being that they really are. But then like on both sides of it is these different energies of resistance and clinging and tightness. And so I'm getting in the sense that it's like emotional and mental knots or like residue of previous experiences, bad past experiences. And like look at here, so there's like, this one is like the emotional chaos that comes of all of just reflecting, getting caught up on like the reflecting of the things that have hurt us emotionally in the past or been caused the different complex feelings. And this is this hoarding, like protecting, self-protective mechanism, and like trying to keep others out, or keep others from taking what's really valuable of yours. But like, I think the message here is that what is the most valuable of yours is like what can never be taken from you by anybody, or robbed from you by any of these difficult emotional experiences or anything, because it's the innocence of your essence. It's the way that you live your life. It's just just the core vibration of your being and what you are here to embody and to live. Like, that's the most valuable thing, and that's something nobody can take away from you. Hold on. Excuse me one second. So, we're going to expand on this story now. So it's the breath of life, right? This is the... So these are, both of these things are like boxing in your expression in some way. Okay. We have the dream and trust. And the burden. Okay. So, the dream. I'm getting the sense this is a message of your hopes and expectations for some type of relationship, and that it had been disappointed. And here there's this trust and the burden, and it kind of left this... It left this difficulty to trust, or this mistrustfulness in people and relationships. And so, I don't know, this is a general reading, so you'll have to tell me. You can comment down below and tell me your stories. I always like to hear people's stories and get to know the audience of who is actually resonating with this reading. But so you can tell me in particular what this is for you, but this could be like any type of relationship. So for you, it could be something that's been recently, or something from your distant past and childhood, or something, or anywhere in between. But like, it's like that thing has left this imprint on you, this burden in a way, of the betrayal of trust, and that has left this like shell or something that has been a bit constrictive of this free flow of the breath of life, the natural like vibe of your existence, like the resonance of your being, you know, in its most natural state. So I guess it could be described, like a wound or a trauma. It is maybe also one lens to look at it through. But basically, it's like it feels like a betrayal of trust at some point in your history that has kind of created this after effect that has subtly, or not so subtly, possibly for somebody, constricting your natural existence. Oh, that's so sweet, though. Friendliness. This is like... Oh, sorry, energy is clearing. Oh, there's a big relief there. So, this is like really making like nice, authentic connections. And yeah, oh wow, okay. So this is like genuine friendship, basically. This is like meeting and connecting with those people that it goes like soul deep, where you're there, like really genuinely, like there in supporting each other in each other's lives as friends. It's really nice um, contrast of this energy. So I think because I'm thinking the way that trees have their like their root systems are intertwined, and so even though each tree is like an independent being, which is like has its own trunk and its own like space and its own life or whatever, um, they do connect at the roots, and they share like together like communication and nutrients, and like it makes a larger organism basically. And so the sense I'm getting is like the way that you'll heal these trust wounds is like when you have connected with this group of friends who are like just genuinely really good friends for you, and you both are just like really positive influences in each other's lives, or you just really like, and you just enjoy each other's company and all of that. And even if it can be, even you don't necessarily need to see each other often, or maybe you do, it depends on your situation, you can tell me. But like that, when you do come together though, like that, it's so like enriching kind of feeling, and that I think helps build your trust just in general, in relationships in general, if you know what I mean. And then there's this traveling card here, so that's what I was saying, that like for some of you maybe that potentially it could be that you have to travel to see them, or they have to travel to see you when you first meet the first like people that are coming to mind when I describe this, or if you have met them already, or maybe you haven't met them yet, and you will if you go traveling. But that's just one interpretation, and then there's also the more spiritual like kind of message here of that that this is like a journey, okay, like that it like, because I'm seeing here that there's this burden, and that it's like a mountain, that this person's climbing a mountain. Oh, oh, yeah. It's like a ancestral thing. Excuse me about that. I'm sorry. And they're crossing up like this long like mountain thing, and they have this person on their back, like crowing and cawing and hemming and hawing and like bossing around, and this person has to not only climb the mountain, but carry all that extra weight of that critical voice. It's like carrying all the extra weight of this past stuff as well. So yeah. So I would suggest to try and do some type of clearing work around that. You can communicate with your ancestors if you don't know, like spiritually, like telepathically, I guess you could say, and like that you can make memorials, like little shrines, something for the people that you know, if you have any relatives or ancestors who you happen to actually like know by name, or have a picture of them or something. You can make like a little altar for them, like make little you can put up something offering on there, or you can just do it sort of just in general, like in a broad sense. And you can connect with that energy and communicate your intention that now you are going to take the lesson of what you have learned from this experience that you've inherited from them, and purify it through the purity, the innocence, your essential energy, your breath of life. Like, you breathe through it and transmute it back to them, purified, and ask them, this is the important part, and ask them to take the burden back off of you and return the energy, call the energy back to themselves. And I feel like that, doing a little, just a conscious ritual. Aha. Okay, the master. I just pulled this out of the deck. Okay, so I think that's a big confirmation of everything I was just saying. That so they want you to. This is not even a regular card in the deck. This is an extra card specifically in this deck, which denotes, it's like beyond the major arcana, and it's like denoting, I guess, like spiritual perfection or something. So it's like the guru energy. So I think that's just a confirmation of what I was just explaining to you, that you can connect with your ancestors and ask them to take these burdens back off of you, so that you have, and the thing is, you have to be able to breathe through it as well. Like, that's the thing. Like, this is going to be also something you work through with your body. The golden egg. So the golden egg is connected to the heart in this deck. So yes, this is like heart and breath. Like, you're gonna really have to, like, I would suggest some type of breath work, for like pranayama, for example, or if you're so inclined, I guess Wim Hof method. Just something, though, that you start to engage your heart and your lungs in a lot more of a conscious kind of way. And like, there's a lot of power in that. There's gold in that. There's promise. There's so much like potential energy that can be liberated into the world. Like, so much positive energy when you just like clear the channels enough through the routine practice and the work that you've done to clear out these things from the past, and even through of forgiving and healing of any of your own trust disappointments and heartbreaks and all of that, like all of this healing work that you've done for yourself and for your ancestors. And this is the point when it kind of like pays off, like jackpot, like spiritual jackpot at the end. Yeah. It's kind of like the dream coming true in a way, like this golden egg at the end here with the master. Like, that's a really incredible, beautiful way to end this reading, to be honest. And it's actually kind of like, in a metaphorical way, like, it's not the dream you had thought you wanted, but it's actually something that the universe just surprises and drops in your lap, which is like 100 times better than you could have ever imagined. And yeah, it's maybe a bit of a journey. You're traveling a bit of a journey that that there's so much more over the horizon as well. Like, you're only like this far into your life, and there's going to be so much more going to be happening. But I think also, like, with the master and this friendliness, like, the point is, like, it's also like the attitude that you're going about it in every moment, that you are like just as in your most innocent, authentic self and in the moment, and like staying connected with your breath. Because when you're going through your daily life, like, not only when you're just meditating or just when you're sitting down to do breath work or yoga or meditation or anything, that you're paying attention to your breath, that you pay attention to your breath quality also, like, all throughout your day and life, because it keeps you connected and anchored and grounded in the present moment and with whichever people and experiences that you're with in that moment. And that's kind of like how you have mastery spiritual mastery and like power and like beautiful experiences, and like it's the gateway basically to all of those things. Life, because it's just like it's Sadhguru says that as well. So I mentioned him at the beginning, but he's basically mentioned like uh, we the amount of life energy in the universe is basically infinite, and what limits the experience of a single human life is just simply like the capacity that we have to receive of it. So if some people only receive like 100 watts or whatever, and some people train themselves and they do some more healing work and they can receive 10,000 watts of life force energy, and some people just for whatever reason they break just, or some people are born with a bit more natural capacity for this work, for example, or from past lives carryover or other reasons, or anyway, some people have like 10 million and they're like spiritual gurus and all of this, but it's just the capacity that you have to channel this prana, this natural life force, this universal energy, which is like the thing that's breathing into creation, all of this life, all of our life, the essence of life, basically. Like it's this sort of magical thing that despite all our science that we don't really totally understand it, so there's just a little bit like magic here. This is the magician, by the way, this existence, this essence of existence. It's the magician, the master. Okay, so thank you, Capricorn. I hope this was interesting and helpful to you in some way. It's a really beautiful ending here. And yeah, if you like this video, please click the like button. It helps the video a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you very much. I will see you next time, and bye.